Well, yesterday his groin got a little tight too. The other one left. So we felt it was best to give him today off, and we think that there's a good chance we'll have him tomorrow. We'll be able to put him back in there, and it's probably a little fatigue. He was on the bases a lot yesterday, and so there's a little concern. It's low level, but he said he felt pretty good today.
Was there any play in particular where you noticed that, or was it just kind of something that built up?
I think he went from first to second before he scored on the base hit. I'm not sure what happened there, and that's where we first noticed it.
And are you concerned enough to send him for any type of test or anything, or is
no?
give him a couple days?
There's no test scheduled. We felt if he woke up and was sore today, we would send him for a test, but he said he felt pretty good, and it's basically just a treatment day for him.
Anything new with CC?
No. You know, he has the swelling on the knee. You know, I think the first course of action is they have to get that under control. Then once they get under control, they'll start rehabbing it.
And will it be Aceves that's taking his?
Well, Aceves will be in our bullpen today, just because of the use of it the last couple of days. So Thursday is could be Aceves, but depending on what we need from him, it could be someone else, and that someone else I can't really tell you right now.
Did CC undergo an MRI today? He mentioned yesterday.
No, he had it yesterday.
Okay. Nothing.
And our doctors looked at it today. Same diagnosis, basically. He's got that swelling that we have to get out of there.
Who else, Sweeney?
Teixeira could hit for you if you needed.
You know, I'll talk to him as we move on today. I'm not sure. You know, because that requires him to get loose, and you know, if he has to run hard, is there concern? I mean, that's kind of the idea of keeping him out of the lineup in a sense. But we'll see.
Joe, with CC, the meniscus tear has been ruled out then?
Yes, as I said yesterday, there was no meniscal tear. He does have fluid on his knee, which is causing probably his knee to be uncomfortable, and as I said, we got to get that under control.
Bruce up front.
Joe, we've been doing the Subway Series for a while now. How do you approach it this year?
Same way you do every year. I mean, these are important games. It's early in the year. Obviously, it's 2 here and then 2 at our ballpark, and you know, they come off a big win yesterday, a come from behind win, and so, I mean, these are big games. I mean, they're always big games.
Do you look at this more for the fans than you do the players, or do you appreciate the whole concept?
No, I appreciate it. I think it's the, you know, in-town rivalries are really good. And I think they'll always be good. You know, people say, does it lose its luster? I think when you're 10 minutes away from each other, I mean, it's pretty special.
Back.
Joe, absent the intercity rivalry part of it, you go back to a time when you played when it was just the American League playing the American League and the National League playing the National League. I mean, is there something preferable to that from a pure standpoint in terms of everybody playing the same schedule and kind of determining a champion that way?
No, I still think the interleague is good. As I've said, my only thought process about the scheduling is, with wild cards, I think the schedule should be more balanced, who you play in the American League. And that's my only concern. You know, because one year, one division might be a lot tougher, and you play within your division a lot more. And I think you know, for me, it would be more important that the schedule in the American League was more balanced.
Joe, absent the intercity rivalry part of it, you go back to a time when you played when it was just the American League playing the American League and the National League playing the National League. I mean, is there something preferable to that from a pure standpoint in terms of everybody playing the same schedule and kind of determining a champion that way?
No, I still think the interleague is good. As I've said, my only thought process about the scheduling is, with wild cards, I think the schedule should be more balanced, who you play in the American League. And that's my only concern. you know, because one year, one division might be a lot tougher, and you play within your division a lot more. And I think it, you know, for me, it would be more important that the schedule in the American League was more balanced.
Yeah, Brandon.
Joe, how do you think fans should receive Curtis today?
Oh, I think they'll be pretty favorable. Curtis had some really big years for us, did some really, really good things for us. It's really unfortunate what he went through last year, the hand injuries that he had. You know, first pitch in spring training, gets back. I think he plays 2 weeks, and then he breaks it again. But Curtis did a lot of good things. I think Curtis was extremely important to the community here and was very giving.
E.
Joe, we asked you throughout spring training about the surplus of starters that you had. How dire is the situation that you find yourself in now? You've lost 3 starters in the last 4 weeks.
Well, our surplus isn't such a surplus anymore. You know, we've had to obviously dig pretty deep here because of the injuries. You lose 60% of your rotation, you're going to lose a lot of guys. And with the job that Adam Warren has been doing in our bullpen and not being completely stretched out, it kind of rules him out. So it is being tested. All teams are going to go through it, and we have to find a way to get through it until we get these guys back.
Barry.
Speaking about that, what's Pineda's situation at this point?
He's just playing catch right now. He's played catch the last 2 days. I think he's off from catch today, and they'll play more tomorrow.
Hey, Matt.
Joe, if it's not Aceves in CC's spot, who are some of the guys who have a shot to make that start?
Well, I'll let the people upstairs make that decision.